Peace on Earth. Ethan Indigo Smith here. I just recently participated in a podcast with the Cult Rejects where there are actually eight of us, I believe. And there we discussed the symbolism of the spider and the scorpion. And between the eight of us, we articulated some wonderful ideas behind the symbolism of the scorpion zodiac, but beyond that as well. We really got into the masculine and feminine energies of the arachnids, for instance, the spider being more feminine and the scorpion more masculine. And just explored all kinds of origins of the symbolism behind it. I'm going to leave the link below, of course. And am primarily obsessed with the number four and secondarily obsessed with the number eight. And the scorpion is the eighth sign, the eighth house of the zodiac. So its number is eight. And I started looking into things relative to that and wasn't able to share the following idea on this epic podcast. So I wanted to share it now because I think it's worthy of exploration and consideration for those who consider the, not only the zodiac, uh, but wisdom teachings at large. So there's three and actually four animals that are associated with Phoenix, the eighth sign. And each of these animals actually have a eight aspect to them. Each kind of less direct from the get-go. The scorpion, of course, being an arachnid, having eight legs. There's your eight with the scorpion, and the legs, of course, I think are kind of touch on the eight elements, similar to the Neeters and similar to the Bagua from Egypt and China. Uh, and the second animal is the snake, which when I think of the snake, I think of wisdom and wisdom teachings, and of course the staff of Caduceus, which is two, and even Asclepius, very similar symbolism. This staff, this grand ultimate polarity with the two energies intertwining, actually symbolize one of the original sources for the eight, the snake coiling and making this coiled energy of the eight. So there's your symbolism of the eight with the snake. And another animal that is associated with the scorpion is the eagle. And that one is kind of a stretch, or you got to ask yourself, where is the eight in that? The eagle soars through the eight directions. One could conceptualize the compass idea, but also if you have the ability to go anywhere, you kind of are set up in a situation where you have a certain amount of space, and every space has eight corners, right? If you look at a dice, being for instance, it has the eight corners, and one would be at the center. And then sometimes also symbolized with the scorpion is the phoenix. And the phoenix symbol is related to eight by way of its rebirth, because that's what the eight symbolizes as a cycle in its infinite perpetuity, also in correspondence with the analema. I'll also leave an article. If you don't know what the analema is, I got an article all on eight. And of course, my book, The Tao of Thoth, explores the eight and the symbolism, self-development symbolism therein. So, thank you for listening to this, and I'll leave you with this little biblical quote that I shared on the program after Lisa shared a wonderful, and everyone shared a wonderful idea related to Native American symbology relative to the scorpion and snake. I shared this little quote from a whole other cultural experience. And I'll leave it on that. So, peace on earth. Luke 10:19. Behold, I have given you authority to trample on serpents and scorpions and all and excuse me and over all the power of the enemy, and nothing shall hurt you. So it's almost like you comprehend the eight elements, or the arachnid symbolized by the arachnids of serpents and scorpions, the eight aspects of these animals. You gain comprehension, and nothing shall hurt you. Same idea when you know the Bagua. That's what many Taoists talk about when one understands the Bagua. Peace.